Hey everybody, it's Chelsea. I'm the assistant branch manager at the Walnut Cove Public Library. I'm here with Zach Russell and he's going to show us the basics of fishing.
Hey guys, today we're going to be, I guess, throwing a cast net. I'm definitely not a professional at it. Anyone can do it, just like any of this. Okay, so this is a pretty big net. I don't know, I think it's an 8-foot net. So bigger nets are a little bit harder to throw sometimes. But start off with, all of them come with a little loop. You're going to put that around your wrist. And then you're just going to start coiling up line. The coils, I guess, really doesn't matter what size you do, just whatever you want to make them, whatever works best for you. So now you got all your rope coiled up. You're going to grab the very top of the net and stretch it out. And you're going to put that in your hand. I'm right-handed, so if you're left-handed, I don't know what to tell you. So then you're going to come down and grab somewhere in the middle of the net, whatever feels comfortable to you, and then you're going to take that and swap it back to your right hand again, like that. Then you're going to come down and grab your sinker or your bottom line right here, anywhere you want pretty much, just kind of straight out in front of you. You're going to hook that back on your right hand, and you're going to flip this around about 2 foot. And you're going to do the same thing with that. Flip it back up. Then you're going to come down again and grab the line that you just made. And you're just going to start gathering up the net. You can use your fingers. Just kind of walk it through. And probably not quite half of it. Maybe a good 1/3 of your net you want to have like that. And when you throw it, it's not just like, you don't have to throw it real hard. It's more of like a twist in a way. So you're going to kind of throw it out with your right hand and kind of pull this back as you throw. So let's see if I can get a decent throw on this right here. And you know if you have a good throw if it really fans out. And it's not very deep right here, so I'm already on the bottom.
So explain why people would need to do this, Zach.
Really good for catching your own bait. Right now we're not on any bait, so I'm not going to catch anything.
You're just showing examples.
But it's really good to catch shad and stuff like that if you're going to be catfishing or striper fishing. I guess they bite shad. Any type of bigger bait like that. You can get a smaller net, and I guess you could probably catch smaller fish. It's just a good way to catch live bait if you need it. We're going to be showing you how to cast a few types of reels. We've got a spin cast here. This is kind of an old one, so don't knock it. It's been on the boat for a while. And we're going to do a spinning reel for the next one, and then we're going to do a bait caster for the third one. Specifically a round bait caster, not a low profile, but they're both about the same. So, spin cast reel, this is going to be one of the cheapest you can buy. This one's an Abu Garcia, so it's a little bit more expensive. But you can go to Walmart or anywhere and get like a Zebco 33 or whatever for pretty cheap. This is for sure the most common that everyone uses because it's the easiest to use. They all have some kind of drag either on the top or the side. On the top or the side. This one's got the top, and then this is your button that you're going to push to throw it. They're very simple to use. So, alright, so basically to cast, you have to hit this button right here, press it in, and as long as you hold it down, the line's not going to move. So when you go to cast, you're going to want to bring your rod back with the button pressed down, and then when you go to flip it out, you just let go of the button. Alright, so this is the spin cast reel, and I'm going to give it a toss out here real quick, just kind of an overview, put together everything. Alright guys, so this is going to be the next type of reel we're doing, a spinning reel. These are pretty easy to cast too. They're a little bit harder than the other one. I think these are fairly common too. They can be a little bit more expensive than a normal spin cast reel, but just depends on what you get. In fishing, and it's just one of those things, you get what you pay for. So this one is a good mid-range reel. I think I paid right at 50 bucks for this one. This is a Fluger Try-On, so not the best, but not the worst. And I guess we'll go to casting this. So parts of this reel you really have to worry about. You've got your drag up here on the top. Works the same way as any other reel. Tighten, loosen. I'm not gonna mess with it too much because I have it set where I want it. And over here you've got your handle. I can get it flipped. I'm right-handed, but I like to reel with my left hand. You can swap them around. You just have to unscrew this cap. This will pop out and you can flop it over here, and then you put the cap back on this side. There's honestly not a lot of parts to this one. So to cast this, it's a little bit more difficult than the spin cast reel, but it's not hard at all. Basically, you're going to want to bring your line up on your roller up to the top right here with the rod. You're going to take your finger, grab your line. You're going to flip the bell up like that. And then it works basically the same way as your button. You hold your line until you're ready to cast, and then you just flip your rod and let go of the line. Like that. And to reel it in, you want to flip your bell back over. Some people will click it over with your handle, but it's not good on the reel. So I always flip it over by hand, and you start winding it in. So this is our next kind of reel. This is going to be a round bait caster. It's just a different type of bait caster. They make all kinds of them. This is one type. They make low profiles, and then they make this kind of bait caster. This is kind of a little bit of a mix because it has the trigger on the back to cast it. A lot of the bigger round bait casters have a little button right here you have to hit to cast. It works the same way, it's just a different type of mechanism to cast with. Over here you've got a star drag. They're pretty much all in the same place on all of these. And then spin it a little bit so you can see. Right here is going to be your spool tension for how tight the spool is for when you cast. You have to adjust this based on how heavy of a weight or lure you have. It just controls how fast the spool goes out, and it lets the line off the spool so you don't backlash your reel. These are probably one of the lesser common reels because they're so hard to cast, and these are going to cost you a little bit more money. This is a Abu Garcia 4600 C4. It's a little bit older reel, but these reels last a long time, and they're not extremely expensive to buy. I think this one will probably run around 120 to 130 right now, but it's like I said, on a lot of these reels you kind of get what you pay for. The cheaper ones do work and they'll get you by, but the more you pay for them, the easier they are going to be to cast, and the further you can cast them. Alright, so to cast this, it's fairly simple, but it will take some practice. The best way to practice, honestly, is if you have a big backyard, tie a weight on it, on your rod and your line, and just cast it in the backyard. So the overview of this to cast, I guess you would say, is on this one you're going to want to click the button and hold your spool with your thumb right there. If you can see that, I don't know. And then as you can see, when I let my finger off the spool, the line starts going down, right? See that? So when you click it, you're just holding your spool with your thumb right there. And it kind of works the same way as a spinning reel, as when you cast, you're going to want to let go of the line. But with these, you have to be careful because you're breaking on the spool, you're using your finger as a brake, because if you don't do that, your spool will spin faster than the line going out, and it'll cause all this line to backlash and basically kind of fuzz up and get caught in on itself. So you're going to want to let go of it, cast it, and then right before it hits the water, put your thumb back on it to brake it, because once it hits the water, your line's going to slow down, but the spool won't. Alright, so I'll kind of give you a little demonstration here. It's a little bit weird because, like I said, I normally like to reel with my left hand, but these are hard to get in the left hand, so I just deal with it. So, click to release your spool, see it's moving, and then give it a little toss, and then I'm going to brake it again with my thumb. And then to wind these in, it's just like everything else. Click it, and then just start winding back in. This is a bait caster, and I'm going to give this one a toss out here again.
Well, thank you for watching, and if you have any other ideas for us, please send them in or comment.
I hope you guys learned something. I did the best I could, what I know, and get out, grab your rod, do some fishing this summer.